show for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the top of the order queue there. You aren't going to believe.
The following program is brought to you in living color.
Turn around to your right. I don't want to go into the sun, but I got more than
freedom. Keep your ears to the ground. Talking about freedom. It's the best show.
What's up, guys and girls? How the blooming devil are ya? Feels like we've been away a minute. What a week it has been. And yeah, man. It's finally Friday. I'm sat in front of you lovely people, having a little bit of issues with the software, and we got here in the end. So I hope the sound and the video is good. I hope the live chat that I've got on the side of the screen is working. I'm seeing messages pop up, so that's a damn good start to the show if you ask me. Great to see some familiar faces. I hope you've all had a fantastic Christmas, and I hope you're not still recovering. Shout out to the one and only Mr. Cockney Buddha, because I know he had a little bit of ill health over this festive period. So, dude, I hope you're feeling better, and I hope you're in full recovery mode, dude. So, great to see, as I say, some familiar faces. Good evening, Mr. Chris. Good evening, Mr. Chill Adventures. Good evening, Cockney Buddha himself. Good evening, Dan. I want to say, I think Mr. Tom was in the comments I did see before the show was starting up. So it's awesome to all have you here. The one person that I'm a little bit considering is, where is Mr. Devusan? Where is the Necro Beam himself? I hope he's all right as well. I hope he's had a good Christmas. So, guys and girls, I will start the show by saying the same thing that I say every week, and that is I will do my very best to keep an eye on the live chat. I apologise now if there is comments and questions that fire off in there that I don't get to see or reply to on the live. I'm going to try my best this week to kind of just slow the vibe down a little and kind of be a bit here and a bit there. First things first though, got to get yourself a brew, right? So it wouldn't be a Friday night live if we didn't have some coffee on the go. Can you believe it? Am I right in saying it's the 20th Friday night live? And what show we have? As always, a show to break you out of the mundane week and into the funky weekend, so you can tune out and tune into something a little bit out of the ordinary, and just something to give you a little perk, a little bit like the coffee, give you a little bit of perks for the weekend ahead. Oh my days, it's so hot. I'm drinking this like Peruvian coffee. I've been meaning to give it a shout out for, like, I don't know, the last 5 shows or something stupid it feels like. This Peruvian coffee, dude, it's absolutely bombing. So yeah, if my eyes widen up in the next 5 minutes, you know it's because the coffee's kicked. So, how are you all? Let me know in the live chats. If you're new here and you haven't already gone and hit the like button, wherever that is, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, hit the notification bell, turn on all so you get to see all of the madness from the channel, whether it's community posts, live streaming, or the day-to-day vlog. I don't know. If you guys are already here, I imagine you know about all of those lovely things, and you can't live without it. What a week it has been. What a show last week was. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go and check it out. I was so nervous and so buzzing on that show. It's it's hard to put into words. Genesis Elijah is an absolute legend. If you haven't already gone and done the rabbit hole dive on the dude, I really highly recommend you do. We spoke, I bless him, I kept him for absolutely ages after the show last week. Just talking, planning to take over the world, and he's just an awesome guy. So again, dude, if you're watching, I appreciate the hell out of you for joining me on a live interview last week, and I hope you enjoyed the experience. And more so, I hope we get you back again in the future, because the conversation off screen was just as good, if not better, than the one on screen. So yeah, that was an awesome experience from my end, just to have that as a kind of a chilled Friday night, even though I was buzzing. Like, the nerves definitely were there, dude. I think I'd done a little bit better with Genesis than I did with Bus, bless him. Didn't let the nerves get to me to the point where I just didn't stop talking. So I think I've done a little bit better. Let me know in the chats. Do you think the interview went a little bit better last week than it had with my previous guest? I think, don't want to say anything too soon, I think we've kind of got a little bit of a handle on that. So there will be plenty more interviews coming in the coming shows. But for now, we don't have an interview tonight. We are back to what I would like to class as a traditional, good old-fashioned Friday night live schedule. So pretty much normal programming will resume as this evening. However, I will say it kind of and should have a wee bit of a hint to, let's just say, a pre-New Year's Eve party. Because guess what, guys and girls? Yes, it's on the blooming horizon. Can you believe it? Christmas was epic. It was good fun, lots of food, lots of drink, lots of laughter, and I was definitely spoiled. But the madness all of a sudden synced in a couple of days afterwards, where it was like, right, so the next date on the calendar, New Year's Eve. So without further ado, let's get the party started, because we're all about this, aren't we, on the Friday Night Live show. You got a party up in here? Yeah. That was cheap party poppers, man. Didn't even go off, but yeah. Is that a sign of things to come? Who knows? I'm glad it didn't just cover the camera and stuff, because I would have had to have dug it all off, but that was kind of where I was going with that, man. Kind of leads me to something that I was watching earlier. The wonderful, amazing Corn Life Network does this show on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday live here on YouTube. Works out about 3 p.m. GMT if you're here in the UK. Obviously time differs everywhere else. But he spoke today, and it touched on something that I'd only been speaking to Andrew about maybe a few hours before. And that was the quality of products these days, man. I know times are hard and like money, you know? But like when a party popper doesn't pop, dude, you know the party's over. So, anyway, yes, the madness truly is real, and you just wouldn't get that kind of bad props anywhere else. You wouldn't see that on Channel 4 now, would you? Can't believe that, man. I was so hot to set a party popper off on the camera and everything. Yeah, never mind. So, moving on. You guys and girls, it's good to see Mr. Cockney Buddha in the chat. I hope you're feeling well, sir. Obviously, I think you were already in the chat when I said about, yeah. I was sorry to hear that you'd had such a bad Christmas, shall we say. So, yeah, I hope you're feeling a bit better. I am super stoked to see you here in the live chat tonight, dude. So, appreciate you being here, even though you're kind of under the weather. Good evening, Mr. Chris. Hope you had a fantastic Christmas. Looking forward to the new year, just to getting back. I'm not going to say the dreaded W word, but just getting back to the point where I can get some of that real awesome coffee, man. Guess what? Here's an exclusive for you, ladies and gentlemen. The Grom got a grinder. Yes, no, not for any illegal activities, for the good old bean, baby. So yeah, we have officially got a coffee grinder. So therefore now I can indulge in coffee beans and voila, through the coffee machine. No more stress, no more drama. And yeah, now I have the variety of life, whether I want pre-ground or bean, baby. Living our best lives. Right, keeping the show rolling, and I know it's something that you've all been waiting for. So it'd be rude if we didn't have a show with it, or without it, sorry. But let's do it for you. Let's see if we can hit the hour mark. Good evening. Yes, it's Friday, and this is Friday Night Live with the news. So this week's news kind of tried to base it all around luck. Whether it's good luck or bad luck, that's up to you to decide. So tonight's first story, be careful if you go into the woods around Kent, especially if you're going in the woods to play with your balls or to rummage around looking for your balls, as a gentleman in Kent found out in past weeks. A golfer bitten in the rough by a snake while looking for his ball. A golfer who hit a ball into the rough had bad luck compounded when he was bitten by the UK's only deadly species of snake. Ben Bishop was rummaging around after hitting a wayward shot while playing at a course in Kent when he felt a sharp pain in his right foot. Just half an hour later, he began sweating, developed a rash, and was struggling to breathe as his friends took him to a nearby hospital where he was treated for anaphylactic shock. So yeah, this dude just got nailed, man, in the back of the leg. The 57-year-old man had not put the two events together, and medics were only able to join the dots when they noticed a small snake bite on his heel. He basically reported to the news, not us, but another news company, you wouldn't believe that something apparently quite minor could lead to your body shutting down. It's extraordinary. Well, let's just say this. I've been in a lot of places in the UK where there's adders and such like. Never had an issue myself, so it just makes me wonder what he was doing with his balls in the hedgerow for the snake to take umbrage to his adventures, maybe, shall we say. Anyway, from one little bit of bad luck to kind of another one. Everybody loves a bit of stuffing at Christmas. And Tesco's, we love them, kind of. They say every little helps. Yeah, not in this case. Tesco's recalls Christmas stuffing because it may contain moths. Yes, you heard it here, and I know that I've done a story in past weeks regarding moths, so I thought it was only fitting. The supermarket chain stressed the apple and cranberry stuffing mix may be unfit for human consumption and apologised to customers. Tesco's recalling Christmas stuffing product because it might contain moths. The supermarket chain said the warning applied to Tesco's finest apple cranberry stuffing mix of 130 grams with a best before date for the end of September. So 24, I'll add. We are recalling a single batch of Tesco's finest apple cranberry stuffing mix due to the possible presence of moths, which makes the product unfit for human consumption, the official recall notice said. So yeah, were you one of the lucky ones? Did you get a little bit of extra crunch in your stuffing? Let us know. Let us know. Get into the Friday Night Live and tell us if you were unlucky enough to get one of those recalled packets of stuffing. And if you had a lot of stuffing over the Christmas period, please do feel free to get in the live chats and tell us all about the stuffing you received. We're up all night to get lucky. Maybe this is a really wayward one of getting into the next story, but I didn't know where to go with the picture. So, up all night to get lucky. A woman with 2 wombs gives birth twice in 2 days. Yes, I am not a smart man. I had to sit and ponder on this because I like to try to figure out the possibilities of this. And yeah, I'm not a mathematician, so I haven't figured it out. But bear with me. It seems appropriate that they had 2 birthdays, Mum Kelsey Hatcher said. They both had their own houses and now both of their own unique birth stories. The sisters were born in Alabama in the US, but are they twins? Now, this is an interesting question. I'm claiming that they're not, but hey, man, you know, little bit of standard biology or something. The egg has to split in 2, right? Something like that. Again, I don't know nothing. A woman with a rare double uterus has given birth twice in 2 days. The medical phenomenon, Kelsey Hatcher from Alabama in the US, was born with 2 functional uteri. Yeah, check me out. that each have their own cervix, which blows my mind. After falling pregnant in both wombs, described as 1 in a million occurrence, Mrs. Hatcher has now given birth to 2 daughters after spending 20 hours in labour at the University of Alabama at Birmingham Hospital. One girl, Roxy, was born on Tuesday evening, while sister, Rebel, arrived the following morning, some 10 hours later, they're saying. Miss Hatcher is already a mum of 3 before her latest pregnancies, but had never been pregnant in both wombs. Now, humour me, because I'm thinking, right, 2 uteri, 2 cervix, let's say 1 payload. Did they get confused? Did they go the wrong direction? Did they go the wrong direction or go the right direction? Somebody beat the other person to the punch and then the rest of the riot lot turn around and go, don't worry, we'll go the other way. I don't know. It's just one of those thoughts that perplexed me. Yeah, they're claiming 1 in a million. I've never heard of this ever before in my life. So I'm saying, dude, congratulations, you lucky person, to be able to have 2 wombs. Like, yeah, I'm just going to sit and think quietly on that if I was in that case, but maybe in a male position. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Keeping it with the lucky scenario, a woman playing online lottery games for the first time wins $150,000. Can you believe it? A Michigan woman decided to try playing online lottery games for the first time and scored a $150,000 jackpot. The 25-year-old woman told Michigan lottery officials she was a complete novice when it comes to online games. I'd never played lottery games online before, but I decided to try out the Cashword game while on the MichiganLottery.com website. She said after a few plays, the amount of $150,000 came up on the screen with fireworks, and I instantly started hyperventilating from shock and excitement. So there you go, man. Maybe it's a Friday night vibe, and I know they say lightning doesn't strike in the same place twice, but man, hey, who knows? If a woman can have 2 uteruses, why can't we score big twice in maybe a small period of time on the Michigan lottery? So, Cam, dude, go smash it up. And I want at least maybe 20% of the share if you win. But that was it. This is the roundup. That was the news. And now back to the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in to Friday Night Live with the Grom.
Well, the madness in that news week was truly real, if you ask me, ladies and gentlemen. Because, yeah, I know they weren't exactly mental or funny, kind of crazy, but they're still verging on absolute bonkers, if you ask me. The unluckiness of the dude getting bitten by an adder in the UK is pretty goddamn unlucky, if you ask me. And then on the flip side, at the other end of the spectrum, first time playing online lottery games, you scoop $150,000. Can you believe it? I know she said that she was like hyperventilating at the thought. I think I would probably go a little bit further than say I would hyperventilate if I thought I'd just cashed in on £150,000. The one thing that I couldn't find was, I know she said she was a novice, but it makes me wonder how much she'd already put in. But even still, if you were playing for the first time in a night, how much could you put in, you know? Like, I'm just thinking, well, you could get a little bit crazy, but in that case, the house did not win. So it could be you, guys and girls. I suppose, like every good person would say, you've got to be in it to win it. But we will also give you a good Friday Night Live public service announcement and say, gamble safely and, you know, over 18 or whatever age it is in whatever state you're in. So, you know, we're doing our thing for the community and all that jazz. So, yeah, anyway. Moving on, you lovely, lovely people. So, we're going to get that up because we need to do this. I hate doing it, but it's there. So, what are we going to talk about before the next segment? What have I got lined up for you? Well, really, it's the week ahead. It's leading out of 2023 and into 2024. So the big question is, what are your New Year's resolutions? What's your plans? What have you already thought that you either want to achieve? And in my mind, I like to think of it like this. What can I still achieve in 2023? And what can I get ready, lined up? And like I said the other week, to come out of the gate running, what can we get lined up for 2024? So, guys and girls, let me know in the live. Obviously, if you're watching after the live, still feel free to leave comments. Feel free to get down in the little live chat, have a little read of it, because again, I haven't stressed it in the last couple of weeks, but you guys and girls that get in the live chat and just keep that little community firing is absolutely amazing. So yeah, Friday night, so like salute to you lovely people. But get in there now. Let me know, what is it that you're planning on maybe giving up for New Year? Or what are you working on to try to get going in the new year? Now, I do know that there's a fair few viewers that are all in the same boat as me, where they are doing their very best to plan to take over the world. And I am no different. I am way trying to push harder than ever before in getting all of the little like plush, nice little things around the outside of the package correct, so that when we go into 2024, it's a little bit different, it's a little bit funky, and it's a little bit fresh. So I've been groveling away in the background, and if anybody has noticed in the vlogs, they've been a bit short recently, and that's been because really I can't actually show you what I am doing, and there's no point in me telling you what I am doing, in which case you've just got to wait and see. But I will let you into this exclusive, and check this one out. I don't know if this is the Grom growing up. However, I have pretty much decided that this year I am not going to be doing a polar plunge on January the 1st. Now, I have put some thought into this, and I'm very much like saddened by the thought that I'm not jumping in the sea New Year's Day. However, the adult side of me, and I don't know if this is the adult side of me or not, but let's just put it like this. Now, financially, I am not in a very good situation. Haven't been for a long time. So, the difference between me going away for January the 1st and actually just not doing that, sitting around the house and being a little bit kind of reserved, shall we say, will actually kind of just settle the balance a bit, so that I'll go into 2024 in a much better financial state. Yeah, I know. Check that out. So, I know it sounds kind of mad, but the difference is going to cost me to actually travel 200-mile round trip and take a hotel for the night, because I want somewhere to be able to go and just shower up before driving on home. But having the hotel for the night, making a night of the New Year's Eve, going and watching the fireworks, and then jumping in the sea in the morning, kind of adds up. And it's one of those things where if I actually just sit on that fund, it actually sets me in good stead. And I'm hoping that there's a huge knock-on effect from that. Because I hate to say it, yes, I really don't like money. I don't care for it much, and I don't really do very good at going after it at the best of times. However, yes, it makes the world go round. And the most noticeable issue that I suffer with money is if I haven't got it, it tends to get me down a little bit. And there has been a few points over the last year where, let's just say, there's been a lack of funds. There's always a need for more funds. The plans get bigger, the ideas get larger, and with that kind of comes a bill for it. And unfortunately, I can't foot the bill. And obviously, if you're a long-time viewer of the vlog, or if you've been watching these lives, then you will also notice that I have a plan. I have a cunning plan for 2024. It's a big plan. It's possibly the biggest plan I've ever had to think about to date in my lifetime. And who knows? Who knows if there will ever be a trip like it again? But the Grom USA Tour 2024 is pretty much around about the only thing that I can focus on for 2024. That's the mission. That's the objective. So for me to sit back already thinking I'm going to be a little bit more thoughtful a way that I treat my money and try to be a bit conservative in areas, just because I know when it goes off next year, it is going to go off so big that every penny is going to count. So check me out. Who knows? Is this a new Grom for 2024? I know that there's big plans in the Grom's life for changing up, and we've spoke about this in like weeks past, where let's just say the 30-year-old Grom is no longer going to be the 30-year-old Grom, due to the fact that we can't really claim to be 30 anymore, without saying too much. But next year, changes up the game, guys and girls, as to why the USA trip is going to be such a monumental thing. And there will be more told and tailed about that in weeks and shows to come. So, what have you lovely people been chatting around? What have you been saying? Let's fire up the chat box, because it's always good when you can see it on the screen. I'm going to blow it up here. And for the next couple of seconds, I'm going to be kind of looking at the screen. So if you fire questions in there, I might even see them. I can imagine if I go back. Oh, dude, Chris, you got the boy with you, man, and you're still here on the live. So, yeah, how's he doing? I hope he's well, because I also know that there is a younger viewer by the name of Max, who just before Christmas was unfortunate enough to have to go and have surgery, dude. So I hope you're feeling better. I hope you had a lovely Christmas. Who else have we got? What's going on in here? Let me have a look. Save the money for the trip. Dude, see, and now I would say, Mr. Chris, you are possibly one of the smartest and one of the most mature of my friends. And for you to say, save the money, get on the trip, dude, salute you, because yeah, check it out, dude. That was the wavelength I was on. It's miraculous. Don't know what's happened in the world over the last maybe week or so, but seems like I'm thinking. Don't want to do it too much, because it will mess with the universe, and like the fabric will turn in on itself, and there'll be like I don't know, yeah, it'll go bad. So he says, thanks, dude. You're a legend. Surf more, work less. Now that is a heavy claim, and I like it, because do you know what? Yeah, there is also a bit of me that, along with that previous thought, so there was the adventure booked to go to the wave at the end of this year, back in November, and due to bad weather temperatures and God knows whatever else, I received the email which most definitely bummed me out pretty hard, which was the wave was going to be closed for the weekend due to the extreme temperatures. And so my ticket was refunded, and that's kind of sat. It's just sat in the bank. It's just chilling, waiting, lurking around for the time when I need it the most. And that was also something that crossed my mind, where it was a case of, if it's all of that adventure and all of that funds going into one night's endeavour down to the coast just to jump into the sea, as much as I love doing it, and it is just such a beautiful way to welcome in the new year, and I would highly recommend it to anybody, even more so if you live so far away from the sea that it's kind of a little adventure or a road trip to get there. Highly recommend it. Go and do it. It sounds completely balmy, but to go down to the coast in board shorts, take something warm to get into afterwards, but just in a swimsuit, whether you're a lady, guy, whatever, just go down there and in very bare minimum sort of swimming attire, go and dive in the sea and wash the old year off and cleanse yourself for the new. It's very spiritual, and I'm not really much of anyone for, say, traditions as such, but that has definitely become a tradition, and I'm very much going to be sad to say that I won't be doing it. However, again, in the same context, if it was a trip between going to the coast to jump in it, going to the coast to surf, you know which one I should be doing most, ladies and gentlemen. So the idea of going away just for the night, just to kind of bring in the new year, or we can save that kitty in the bank and maybe even take a little trip out to the wave, or when we do get down to the coast, take a board with us and go and get some waves. Let me know in the live chats, which one do you think I should do? So, yeah, dude, if your plans for this year is to surf more, I'm with you, and I hope you do, man. I hope you succeed in smashing that New Year's resolution. Yeah, that's savage. I'm kind of glad it wasn't your ex that won, dude. We need you to win, Jill. I know that the world would never be the same again if you were to happen to win the lottery, even if it was just 150,000. You know, just a casual, you know, $150,000. Dude, all I would say is if you feel like buying me a return ticket, I'll take it, man. I won't even take a percentage. I'll just take the return ticket. It'll be fun. Save the money for the US trip. Seen that, dude. Yeah, Grom is growing up. Davey-san, legend. I hope you're well. I hope you had a lovely Christmas. I was thinking about you and even mentioned you earlier. So glad to see you here in the live. I appreciate everybody that's taken out some time on their Friday night to just tune into me while I kind of drink some coffee and chat to you lovely people. So I appreciate the hell out of that. And yeah, dude, Rich, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. And Dan's on the same mission, man. I just hope we can surf way more in 2024. Yeah, dude, that might be the claim. Surf more in 24. So I know I'm planning on it, and especially with the trip, there's going to be some surf in there, but I also need to get a little bit of surfing in pre-traveling out there, so it's not a complete and utter disaster. But you know, whatever. It'll make amazing watching for you lovely people if you see the Grom get absolutely smoked at some of the we might very well visit a few of the most awesome spots you can ever imagine in the surfing circle. So yes, let's just say the Grom needs to brush up on that as well. So Happy New Year all. Yeah, most definitely. That's a nice little one to end on. So we'll get rid of the chats because obviously it's just I like to just put it up there, and I know that if you're watching back on a replay, if you want to call it that, you can get down in there and push some buttons and stuff in the chat below to actually see the live chat that was happening in the show. Somebody did tell me about this and I meant to mention it, but I haven't. So yeah, you can watch it back if you're watching it after the point of it going live, but sometimes I like to just fire it up on the screen, because then if you're there and you get in it, you get to see it and you can be like, yay, we made it. We made it onto the Friday Night Live. Which leads me to my next little bit, which is contact details are in the description below. There's an email in there for 30-year-old Grom at Gmail. And if there's anything, bits, questions, news articles or whatever, please feel free to just fire it in there. I'll even flash it up on the screen. Let's go. Boom. So there it is. If you need it, it won't be there for much longer because I'm going to get rid of it. But it is in the description as well. So if you do want to contact me for any reason, apart from pyramid schemes, financial loans, or any hooky stuff, don't worry about it. But if it's news, shine a light. If you want to just buy me coffee, please feel free. Donations to the Grom USA tour are more than welcome. All in the description below. Cheers. Now, it has been a few weeks since we've done a Shine a Light. And so, I did say it would be program schedules as normal. Let's see if I can find it in my busy little board of bits. Because guess what? It's been a while. So, this week, I've mentioned him a few times in this show, and I'm going to shine a light on him. The one and only Mr. Devu-san, or, as his friends know him, Dave. And if you're really close to him, you might know him as other names, but nevertheless, I'll leave that up for him and you to figure out. But I just want to shine a light on him, and it's kind of convenient that he just mentioned Happy New Year to you all. So yeah, Happy New Year to you, dude. Well, we're not quite there, but it's a Friday Night Live. But I want to shine the light on you, because I know you're not one to tell your story, and I hope one day you do feel that there is a confidence inside you to actually voice your story, because you're a remarkable man. You kind of muscle through life, and for want of a better way, because I don't want to actually say too much of your personal details, it's more so just to show you some awesome thanks. I remember you once saying that the pain that you live with is now just a dull ache, and it's just something you deal with. So for anybody to actually go through life suffering the pain, the physical pain that this certain individual does, but still manage to function and get into work and get about, is remarkable. So, and for you not to be kind of, I don't know, made bitter, for want of a better way of saying it, or made to a point where you have a chip on your shoulder or hate towards the world, you are an absolute honour to work with. And I think as a human being goes, not enough people sing your praises, dude, because I know you are more than happy to just fall back into the shadows, live your little life and do what you do. But to shine the light a little bit more on this gentleman, if you don't actually know it, he is a huge fan of, and I hope I don't get this wrong, Dave, you'll have to let me know, dude, but he is a huge fan of like Japanese heavy metal, well, Japanese rock, metal, alternative. Let me know in the live, help me out here, Dave. And he's been a huge supporter of that scene for many years, I believe, if I'm getting this information correct. And the amount of fan groups or just support groups for these bands that this gentleman has pretty much raised off the ground on his own accord and built to a huge following, and then in some cases bowed out and moved on to, I don't know, new skies, should we say. Japanese alternative idol. Right, okay. Sort of close. I know it was alternative. But he does some remarkable work, has built and nursed some amazing groups with some amazing followers, if that makes sense. So he hasn't raised the bands, but the support groups, Facebook groups and such like, he's done an amazing job to support these idols. And I know that he has quite a rapport with many of them. And it's just impressive that this is a man that lives here in the UK. And I don't think he'll mind saying that, unfortunately, he is near enough bound to a wheelchair. But yet he kind of strides an ocean on a daily occurrence and just does so much for so many people in that light. But he is also a huge supporter of what I do and the vlog and such like of everybody else pretty much that has a YouTube channel that's even in this live chat as we speak now. So Dave Usan, you're an absolute legend. You're this week's Shine a Light. And for now, all I want to do is say, can't wait to see you in the new year. Stay solid, stay mental, and yeah, you're a legend, dude. So let's just give it a little bit of that. Look at that, almost professional, like, kind of, maybe, a little bit. But dude, Dave, Friday night salute to you, because you're a legend, and just for me here, with the live show, with the daily vlog, the support that you give me, and really, like, I'll just let the other viewers into this. The guy has to put up with me on the daily, because unfortunately his desk is probably less than 6 feet away from me, and just that alone, he should be given a medal. So yeah, Dave, you're an absolute legend, and I hope you had a lovely Christmas, dude. Can't wait to see you soon. I'll drink to that. So, from one segment straight into another, and I kind of like this. I don't know which way I'm going to hit it with you. I think we're going to go with the old-fashioned one, because I kind of like it. Just because I'm a sucker for the 90s. If you didn't live through the 90s, I feel for you. There seems to be a rather large trend on that retro's 90s feel currently. I see it everywhere. I see an amazing video today where a gentleman on the internet was saying, if you really, really do love the 90s, or you're a younger generation and just idolise the 90s, you want to try standing around in a bus stop for 35 minutes with no mobile phone, stare at your feet for a little bit, and then stare at a fence, and then maybe look up, stare at a tree, sit down, stand up, wait for a bus when it's cold and it's wet and your mum can't pick you up after football training. And yeah, dude, if you want to get right down in the weeds and 90s it up, get rid of your mobile phone. It's something that I absolutely idolise the thought of. And yeah, we owe it all to the wonderful John Connor, in my mind anyway. Dude, the idea of like disconnecting from the grid, it's up there. Now, we can't do that and bring you a Friday night live show, and I'm definitely going to leave no man or woman or child behind Like, if we all go off the grid, we all go off the grid. But until then, I will stay as the last man standing to provide you this amazing content of a Friday night. So don't worry, I will be here until maybe the aliens come and take me away. Who knows? Who knows who would come and kidnap me? But it sure won't be this guy. But he's a living legend himself. That is, if you recognise where the voice comes from.
I do not believe in the name of sanity.
So the amazing Victor Meldrew, and the fact of, yes, I don't believe it, we haven't had it for a few weeks. Here are some unbelievable facts that are true. Now, I digress. I haven't fact checked them. AI told me. So if it's wrong, blame AI, but obviously computers don't get nothing wrong. All the electricity powering the internet weighs the same as an apricot. A hippo's jaw opens wide enough to fit a sports car inside. It would take 19 minutes to fall from the North Pole to the Earth's core. Every 4 minutes and 13 seconds, enough wool is produced around the world to make a jumper big enough for the Statue of Liberty to wear. In the weightlessness of space, a frozen pea will explode if it comes in contact with Pepsi. The increased electricity used by modern appliances is causing a shift in the Earth's magnetic field. And let me see if I get this right. I want to say it's male rhesus. I think that's how it's pronounced. Male, and I'm going to just balls this one up. We've done well. We got 45 minutes into the show until Martin got problems. I ain't got the glasses on. Male rhesus monkeys often hang from tree branches by their amazing prehensile penises. Yeah, you heard it here. You wouldn't hear it anywhere else, but that's the fun of it, right?
I do not believe in the name of sanity.
We've got to bring it down a little bit, man. Some guy digging around in the rough to find his balls, and then monkeys hanging from trees. Come on, man. Where would you find this sort of stuff? Only here on a Friday night, man. So, you know, if you're not here, then you've obviously got something else better to do. But come on, man. It don't get much better than that. I have to salute the research team this week. They absolutely went above and beyond. So, yeah. Well, the rather shocking thought that came from that last little piece is the fact that, yes, I managed to do a whole 45 minutes of a show before my reading capabilities became a burden. So I think that alone is deserved for another coffee. Mine's poured. Is yours? So we're kind of going to get to the point where we run down because let's just say, if it's an interview, I like to go big and try to get the most time and coverage with these people because I appreciate the hell out of them taking their times out as much as I take a lot of appreciation for you guys taking the time out of your evenings to come and tune into this show. So I try to do the longest that I possibly can until the camera shuts down if I've got an interview on. However, if it's just me waffling at you lovely people, I don't want to keep you here any longer than possible. The one thing that I want to say before I wrap up this evening's show is, one, I hope you have a fantastic new year, and I will see you in the new year. The show is not going anywhere. We're not taking any breaks. So you will get one 2023 show, the last of 2023 show, but nowhere near the last of the shows. So I don't know what date it is specifically. It'll be like the 6th or something. Basically, next Friday, there will be another Friday Night Live, so don't you worry, we are not going anywhere. The other thought was, and this was maybe another opportunity for you lovely people to get into the chats and just let me know before the show sort of wraps up, shall we say. Should I? And this is a thought, I don't know. Who wants a Friday Night Live, New Year's Eve special? Maybe a show that comes on at around about 11:45, and we'll do a little bringing in the new year with the Grom here, Friday Night Live, and you lovely people at home. So, I don't know. Let me know in the live chats or let me know in the comments below, and we'll see. If we get enough love for that, then we might even do a little special. It'll only be a short show, but it'll be a little short Friday Night Live New Year's Eve special. It won't be as good as Jules Holland, and I don't think I'll be able to get any live bands, but yeah, maybe I'll get some better party poppers for you. Who knows? I might even find some fireworks that we can set off. Obviously not in the house, but you know. Anyway, so let me know in the live. The other thing that I wanted to mention was, did you enjoy the little hang around after the show the week before last, where I kind of stayed in the chats? I enjoyed it. It was lovely to actually take 5 minutes to just kind of reply to you lovely people in the chats, get a little bit of a two-way on. Don't know if I'm going to continue it, but again, if you enjoyed that and you think that should be something we should do in the future, again, leave it in the comments. If you haven't already liked it, please do. It helps YouTube pick up the show and push it to more people. If you haven't hit the notification bell, please do so. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope you have an amazing end to 2023 and an even more amazing start to 2024. So until 10:45 GMT PM next Friday, this is me signing off saying thank you very much. Take it easy. Stay awesome. Drink some coffee, and I'll see you next week. Take it easy.